What's up guys, I'm back with the second part of my Q&A where I'll be answering your questions to do with my history in CS and some of the funny ones you put forward also. Let's get into it. Okay, so the first question coming in from Twitter is who's the best aimer you've played with and why is it Ash? Firstly, it's definitely not Ash, but Ash is someone I played in with like one of my first proper teams in CS in the UK, I guess, and then he became my coach in basically all my teams leading up to going to C9. But yeah, let's just say he went to a coach for a reason. Let's just say he wasn't the best aimer. It wasn't his strong point in his game. So the next one is, what game did you grow up on and how does that influence how you play CS? So obviously I played like some Call of Duty games growing up with my brothers, but the main game I played when I was growing up was CS Source, because my dad played it, so that's the main game I was playing. Obviously, that's in the CS franchise, so going from that to CSGO obviously influenced me a lot, and I enjoy those type of games. So going into CSGO, I knew it was like a game I was going to play for a long time. So that was probably the main game I played when I was growing up. So coming up next is, what measures did you take to balance playing CS full time whilst also studying for a degree? What was your degree in? So my degree was in accounting and finance, and so to balance, I basically just tried to at that point I was playing CS like on the evenings most of the nights, with my team, because obviously we're not full time at that point, so we were just playing from like maybe like 5 or 6 o'clock in the evening to around 10 or 11, I think it was, maybe. So I was playing that in the evenings, and before that obviously I was going to my uni lectures from the morning to the afternoon, and then just basically the time before playing CS I was trying to get work done, and basically just trying to, in terms of like assignments and stuff, not leaving them too late. I think getting, like, when you get them, having like some sort of plan, so you can just get on with it on like a weekend or something. I think that was the main thing for me, was just not leaving things too late, because then you get stressed and then you can't really balance things. But I think if you like plan things out and have an idea of where you want to go and what you want to do, then you'll be fine. It's not as hard as I think people actually do think about it. It's not a hard thing, like I said. Like balancing it, as long as you have a plan, then you'll be fine. When did you realise you can make it? When did you first believe that you made it in CS? I guess when I first started playing in Game Legion, because that was a bit of a step up for me going to MDL or Premier, whatever it is now. Because I guess that was the next step, and if I wanted to like feel like I could play at the next level, then I had to prove myself there, in which I felt like I did a good job. So I think that's when I felt like I could make it, because I performed well at that level, and I thought, okay, then if I can do it here, then I just need to give it that extra little bit more and get that next step further and just perform at the next level, which I think I could definitely, which I've kind of done. But that's when I first definitely felt I could make it. Is there someone you played with you feel like deserves the chances you got? I'd say like someone that's, I think, is a really good player and puts a lot of time into the game. Someone like Era, who I played with on Game Legion, Swedish player. I think he is definitely a player with a lot of potential, and we'll probably see going to like a tier 1 team within like the next year maybe, or even sooner than that. I don't think when I was playing with him he had trouble with like consistency and doing it all the time, but then I think in the previous season with Game Legion he's shown that he can do it throughout most games, and he's proven to be like a really good and strong AWPer for the team. So I think he's definitely a player that I think deserves a chance in a team to show what he's got. So next we've got, what is your favourite game apart from CSGO, and what do you like to do outside of CS? So to be honest, I don't play that many other games other than CSGO. Obviously I played a bit of Valorant when it first was in like beta, and then also I guess when Overwatch first come out I played a little bit of that. But I think when I play them for a while, or when friends stop playing those games. It gets a bit boring. I think most games can be quite fun when you've got like a group of mates that you can play with. So like Valorant, Overwatch, when I was playing that, it was quite fun to play. But then when people stop playing it, it's not as fun as CSGO to just solo in and like grind out. So to be honest, I don't really play many other games other than CSGO. But I'd say to be honest, like Overwatch was actually really fun at the beginning. But I guess games like that are hard to get back into because obviously they bring out new heroes or agents, whatever what they want to call them. But so the meta's always changing, and you've got to learn new agents. So it's hard to get back into those games. With CS:GO, it's like if you leave it for a while, it doesn't change too much, which is I think is a good thing for players looking to get back into the game. And then in terms of what do I like to do outside of CS, so obviously at the moment it's hard to do anything because of COVID, but I don't know, I like to watch a lot of sports. So like American football, I enjoy watching that. Like normal football or soccer, whoever likes to call it that. But that's what I like to do outside of CS, and then also playing sports as well. I enjoy that as well. Next question is, does your in-game name mean anything, or is it just random? So it's basically my nickname, like in real life. What people used to call me at school was Mez. It's basically just all my brothers were called it as well. Like all their mates called them Mez or Meza. And then so for me, I hadn't always had that name in CS. But I wanted to change like at the start of CS. So I was like, okay, I want a change of name. So I was called Mez, and then when I was like looking for name tags on guns, I had an Asimov gun, so I saw that had 2 eyes in, so I called it like a Mezimov or something like that. So then I just kept the name Mezii, and just went from there. I think that's basically just where I got my name from. But the first part, Mez, is basically just a nickname that I have from like school and what my friends call me. What role or roles did you play in previous teams? So mostly I've played like kind of passive lurk roles in teams, or supportive roles, which I think is my best role. So like throwing supportive flashes and playing like the late round or clutch situations is normally what I'm best at, or lurking on the outside of the map, and playing the late rounds that way. I think that's probably the strength for me, and that's what I played in most of my previous teams. Why do you think the Gaming Legion lineup with you failed to live up to expectation despite you going hard? I feel like with a team like that, you need time. Obviously, we weren't together for a long time. I think I joined and played, is it 1.5 seasons or something with them. And in ESEA, like the seasons like start and end pretty quick. So once you finish one, you have like not even that much of a break, and you're going straight into the next one. I think we just needed a bit more time. Obviously, going on to C9, I obviously didn't have that time with them. But I think if that opportunity for me didn't come along, then I think we would have improved quite a bit. So that was the biggest thing, because none of us had played together before, and people speaking English like in game for the first time was obviously something that people had to adapt to and get used to. So I think that was probably the biggest reasons. We just needed more time to play with each other, and then just get better that way. I think it was kind of close to happening, and obviously we didn't get like a lot of the results that we should be getting, but I think like just time would have helped that team. What is the best part and worst part of being a pro gamer? I think the best part obviously is like the competing aspect of it. I think everyone, like all the pro players out there, do this for a reason. That's to compete at like a top level and like win tournaments and so on. I think that's the best part of it. Like having that competitive side, and just going out there to play other teams and proving like how good you are as a team or as an individual, then that's probably the best part. And also, I guess like traveling, that's something that I haven't been able to do yet, because like when I started Go Pro, like with I guess Game Legion is sort of professional, and then going to C9, I think COVID obviously was around then, so there wasn't much traveling at all. So I think that would be one of the better things as well, like going to different countries and seeing different fans from all over the world. But obviously that's something I would love to do in the future. And then the worst part, I guess could also be the traveling. I haven't experienced it, but I know for a lot of players, when you're traveling like however many days or weeks throughout a year, then it can be quite hard. Not seeing like family and just being able to relax at home. I guess that could be also the worst part of being a professional gamer. Okay, so here we have best up and coming UK player. So I think for people, obviously people aren't going to know them like outside the UK, but I think I would say Richard Bob is probably one of the players that I think could be a good player. I've never like properly played with him, but I know I've heard like good things from other players within the UK, and I know he grinds a lot of CS and he streams quite a bit playing in like the UK hubs and just normal face it pugs. So I think he could have like some good potential. And another person that I've played with a little bit in the UK hub and also like just being around a little bit is Aatrox, I guess. I think he has good potential. Like he's playing well in like against like other UK teams and in like pugs, I guess. Which obviously doesn't mean a lot, but I think if those two guys like keep at it, then they could be the next big thing in the UK. Obviously it takes time and they have to grind a lot, but I think they could definitely make it. So here we've got, who would you put in your UK super team? Bearing in mind role overlap and all that. So I think first, as like IGL, I'd obviously have Alex. Like everyone knows his like ability in like individually, he's like a really good player. And obviously as an IGL, I've played with him, and I think he's great in that aspect as well. He knows the game. He knows how to call obviously, and he's proven that with the teams he's been in. So I think he's definitely one person I'd have in the UK super team. Then as an AWP, I'd have to put in s1mple obviously. He's also proved like his individual level in all the teams he's been in terms of stats. So like he's obviously the choice there for an AWPer. Then I guess I would put myself in, and then last two players, I think Thomas would definitely have to be in there as well. He's also been on that like edge of getting into a tier 1 team. Obviously he had that with Envy, and that didn't like go how they planned, which is unfortunate, but I think he's definitely a player who's always performed really well in endpoint. And then I would also put in Surreal, I guess, as well. He's someone who's been consistent throughout all the time he's been playing CS, and he's always been a good performer as well. So I think that would be my UK super team. So the last one coming up in this section is, what are some of your personal goals for this upcoming year? So for me, obviously it didn't go well with Cloud9, but like for me, the personal goal is still to try get back into a team and just prove myself and do a good job there, and just try and basically get back into the tier 1 scene and just prove myself there. Because I feel like I felt like I started to do it. I wasn't as good as I felt like I could be, but I think I started to get a bit more consistent and like improve. So I think just getting back into a team, getting back into the swing of things, and just going from there, and just hopefully making it into a good team and showing what I can do as an individual, and also whatever team I go into, like making it into another top 20 team or making it towards top 10 would be good as well. So moving on to the more funny / random questions. The first one is, I've been asked pain au chocolat or pudding. I'd have to go for pain au chocolat there. Next we've got, would you consider smiling at all in this video? Are you gonna deadpan it, or as always, moody? There you go, that's what you're getting. We've got, when are we gonna see the return of the nose ring? Probably never. That thing's quite annoying. So basically, that they're referring to, obviously used to have a nose piercing, but that thing went a long time ago. It's too annoying to have, so there's definitely going to be no return of the nose ring there. When you go to Kebab Shop, do you prefer to get lamb or chicken? Normally chicken. I would say that's what I prefer to get. Go to Mackey's order. So The burger aspect normally changes. I guess quarter pounder is normally what I always get. Meal, obviously, and then of course when you get into Macca's you always have to get nuggets, so chicken nuggets as well. Or that's always on order. That's a given. You gotta put that straight in the basket. So I think that's definitely my order normally. So quarter pound meal, some sort of burger, and definitely nuggets. And then lastly from Twitter we have waffles or pancakes. I don't know. I'll probably say pancakes usually. It depends what mood I'm in, but I would normally say pancakes is what I'd go for. Definitely. Favorite food? I don't know. I wouldn't say I have a favorite food. I like quite a lot of different foods. I would say I like Mexican food probably the most, or I enjoy it the most. Like I think that's probably the one food. If I had to choose one, I'd have that the most, or I enjoy it the most, definitely. So from Instagram, I have what kind of hair products do you use? I don't use any hair products. Like usually, especially at the moment, haven't been able to get a haircut for however long, so the hair's getting a bit out of hand. But I don't really use hair products that much. Usually just let it do whatever it wants to do, to be honest. I guess sometimes I use some sort of like wax or whatever you want to call it, but it's rarely that I use anything like that. Do you like Guinness? That's the thing that I've actually not had before. So I couldn't tell you if I like it. Maybe it's something I need to try, to be honest, because it's something I haven't had before, but I'll definitely try it at some point. What is your favourite football team? So obviously growing up, obviously I'm from Birmingham, so in terms of football team, I've always supported Birmingham, I guess, but not many people may know them because obviously they're not doing so well for the last however many years. So I think that's always the team I've supported, but for a team that most people would know, like in the Premier League, my Premier League team would be probably Arsenal. I've always liked that team, so I think I probably watch more of them now than I do Birmingham, because obviously they're in a different league and so on. Do you eat whatever you want, or do you try and eat healthily? To be honest, I do normally eat whatever I want. But like it depends. Like I think trying to eat healthy, I do sometimes try and do, but it's also hard. Like it depends. Like going on like diets and stuff, it's always hard to keep up. Especially when you have Uber Eats, that thing's just the worst thing to have on your phone. Maybe it's something I should delete because it's so easy to get whatever you want then. But yeah, I eat whatever I want, to be honest. Like I think obviously it's important to keep like a healthy lifestyle and stuff, and like exercise when you can. But I'd basically eat whatever I want. We've got s1mple or ZywOo. So for me, I'd always say ZywOo. Just because I feel like he's the more all-round player and like pretty versatile. I think you saw that with them when they had the 6-man roster and he was just like on Inferno, just giving up the AWP and playing like Banana on CT side. I think that just proves like his worth within a team. But I've also never played against him in like an official, and I've played against s1mple in Pro League, and like he destroyed us. Like, so I think it's really hard to say who's the best out of those two, but I think I'd have to go for ZywOo. But as I said, like s1mple destroyed us like on his own, so it's also hard to go against him. Next we've got how tall are you? So I'm around 6'1", I guess, which is like 185. Is it 185 centimeters? I don't know. I don't really usually do it in like centimeters. Like here in the UK, we just say it in feet. So, but I'm around 185, I guess, something like that. What do you eat for breakfast? Usually just cereal. That's probably my favourite thing in the world, to be honest. I just love eating cereal. I could have it like any time of the day. I think that's the good thing about it. But any types of cereal, like I like all of it, all different types of cereal. And I think I've probably had more recently is like pancakes, I guess, for breakfast as well. It's not too bad, but mainly just cereal for breakfast.